afternoon. I'm your news reporter, Sofia Pasidenko, coming to you live from Moscow, Russia, this 1st of January, 1980. Our top story today is the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Earlier this week, Soviet troops flew into Afghanistan in order to quiet the rioting and save the crumbling government torn apart by civil war. Early this morning, we received a clip of Soviet tanks entering Afghanistan. Let's take a look. What an amazing clip to see. It's so great to see our fathers and brothers coming together to help another country.
We love Dobovich.
Last night, I was able to sit down and talk with General Boris Gromov, a Soviet general planning to leave for Afghanistan tonight. General, it's so great to be with you today.
Good afternoon, Ms. Posidenko. Pleasure to be with you as well.
So, can you inform me about the situation in Afghanistan?
Of course, we invaded with the consent of the Afghan government on December the 25, 1979. We went in to calm the government and rebel groups and help them correctly embrace communism.
What exactly did this invasion entail?
At first, we secured the government buildings in Kabul, and then we replaced their president, Hafizullah Amin, with a man approved by our and the Afghan government, Babrak Kamal. We are doing everything we can to help their government.
Has everything been a success so far?
It is much too soon to tell. We have just begun to make changes to their government. They are still completely reliant upon us, and we still have those pesky rebels, the Taliban and Mujahideen.
Well, I'm sure everything will work out great. Thank you so much for being with me today.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
It was such a pleasure to sit down with General Gromov. Like he said, we don't know how this invasion is going to end up, but we'll keep you informed. The civil war in Afghanistan is brutal. It's the communists versus the Muslims. The Taliban and the Mujahideen don't have very advanced weaponry, and as long as it stays that way, I'm sure that with the help of the Soviets, the Afghans can defeat the Muslims. I'm sure that someday, Afghanistan will have a perfect communist government just like we have here in Russia. Before we end this segment, we have one last clip from our soldiers in Afghanistan. Stay tuned for our next story, which is the 1980 Olympics to be held in Moscow, Russia.